Hey, Internet, the Stimmy's on the way. And while this stimulus check isn't as much as it should be, and even if it were as much as it should be, that's not as much as it should be, we're going to take small victories. We're going to celebrate the fact that there's money on the way and the fact that I found 3 root beers I hadn't covered yet in my local grocery store. Everything's coming up at them. You know, there's a lot to work to do. And even with the stimulus being less than it should be and the bill doing less than it could do, it does do a lot of good. But there's so much more good to do. And that's going to take a lot of work. So to build up the energy to do that work, I'm going to drink some sugary soda. Won't you join me?
I'm gonna party like I did when I was 8. Drink too much root beer, stay up late. The Adam glasses, root beer around me. Yeah, the Adam glass, root beer around me.
Okay, guys, I know I promised 3 root beers, and this isn't exactly 3 root beers. You've got to tamper your expectations sometimes, I guess. You know, we shoot for the clouds when we're introducing something, and then sometimes we just got to roll it back. But I'm kind of joking, but I am super excited. While I don't have 3 root beers, the third option is a creamy red birch beer, and not just any creamy red birch beer. It is Boylan's Bottling Company's creamy red birch beer. They're out of New Jersey. I've covered some of their other products in the past, including, I believe, their regular birch beer. But the creamy red is one of my favorite sodas. This week we've also got Freddie's Old Fashioned Root Beer. Now, Freddie's is fairly new. It is out of Frankfort, Kentucky, and made by the distillery that makes Buffalo Trace bourbon. Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, Blanton's. They have, I think, a dozen brands out of there. Freddie's is named for an employee of theirs, and on the website there's an introductory video with him where he talks about his nostalgia for root beer, drinking with his dad while camping or fishing, and I don't know, there's no real promise on whether or not it's some sort of old-fashioned family recipe or anything like that. It is unfortunately a high fructose corn syrup. I'd prefer real sugar, but it's a distillery. They probably got a lot of extra corn around. Can't fault them on that one. We've also got Root Naturals Apothecary craft soda. This is a company out of Cincinnati, Ohio. They say since 1937, which is silly because the way they get away with that claim is that Deno Spaccarelli started a series of drugstores, apothecaries, in 1937 in Cincinnati, including in the Hyde Park neighborhood. They went out of business eventually, and now people who may be related to him are using his, not even his name, not his likeness, just the fact that it was a drugstore. It's kind of spurious. I don't even know. But they've been making soda for a couple of years now. I think they started in 2015. They also make it's called Buckeye State Scarlet soda. I had a bottle. It's a very, very red soda. It's got a Buckeye leaf and the state of Ohio on it. I wasn't sure what to expect it to taste like, and there were no indications of what it should taste like on the label. So I don't know. I was thinking like a cheer wine sort of thing, and it was not. It was a very sugary strawberry soda that I did not enjoy, but to each their own. Maybe you'll like it. It's not for me. I'm a root beer guy. I'm a birch beer guy. I'm not a strawberry soda guy. Anyway, let's get in and taste these. We'll start with Boylan's. These are all twist tops, but I have weak hands. Well, weak skin? I don't even know. I don't like to scratch my hand, so we're going to open it with my shirt sleeve. Boylan's. Really great red color on this. Obviously, you can see that from the clear glass bottle. Not too much of a head. Nice, bubbly. Very wintergreen. I just love this. I can't wait to drink the rest of this. So Boylan's creamy red birch beer, a creamy red birch beer, we may have talked about this previously, but a creamy red birch beer is as to a regular birch beer in sort of the same way that a red cream soda is to a regular cream soda. Mostly it's food coloring and maybe a little extra vanilla flavoring. But it is good. This has a really great wintergreen flavor, not too strong. It's tempered by the vanilla, but that's really all that's going on here. Just the wintergreen and the vanilla, and it is so delicious. When I've talked about birch beers in the past, I've pointed out that this is the flavor that's tied to my memories of birch beer when I first had it at my grandma's house in Pennsylvania. This is nostalgia. It is wonderful, and I love it. It's just good. I mean, this is obviously going to win this week, but I guess I'll drink the others. Freddy's, like I said, HFCS. Prefer real sugar when we can get it. Not a lot on the nose there. A little bit of a head. Kind of light in color. Yeah, still not a lot on the smell. Flavor's not bad. Buffalo Trace is selling this as a mixer, and they actually have another new product called Bourbon Cream, which is a vanilla bourbon liqueur, to make a root beer float cocktail. We're not going to do that today. Mostly because this is not an alcohol review show, is it? It's a root beer review show. Get in your head. It's got a little bit of a bite. Really strong vanilla flavor. Really like old school draft root beer flavor. Pretty akin to, say, A&W, but not quite A&W. Heavy vanilla. The rest of the botanicals are pretty low in the back. But definitely good and drinkable. A lot of corn syrup root beers, there's a tendency for for the drink itself to be syrupy. And this doesn't really have that. So that's nice. It's thin, pours well. It doesn't feel like it's coating your throat. I like that. Lastly, we've got Root Naturals. Apothecary craft sodas. They're also making a cream soda and I believe a black cherry soda now. Well, that's got a nice smell. Some nice botanicals on that smell. See how this tastes. Smells interesting. There's some root beers we've had that have almost a cleaner taste to them. Not in a bad way, but I don't know how you can describe something as tasting like an industrial cleaner and not in a bad way, but this smells like it might taste like that, so. I'm wrong. That is a much deeper flavor than Freddy's. Some good botanicals, some herbs. Nothing too overpowering. But it tastes, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, that's a sassafras flavor more than nearly anything. It's a good classic root beer, like real root beer. A little bit of vanilla on the back, a little bit of a bite to it, but not bad. A little bit of that cough syrupy. Really, really far on the back end. But yeah, not bad at all. So, I already told you. The Boylan's is going to win. It's just a phenomenal drink. I love it. So smooth. So delicious. Get it if you can. It's pretty widely available. Interesting enough, one of the reasons I haven't covered it yet is that for a long time, even the places in my town, that sold other Boylan's products weren't selling the creamy red birch beer. But it's popping back up now. Don't know what that was all about. Boylan's also recently, I've noticed in stores, has changed their branding a little bit. I don't know if that's someone else has a license to sell it in the rest of the country or what. But the recipe's still the same. It's still very good. Freddie's is all right. I bet it does taste better with the vanilla bourbon in it. But maybe not. I don't know. It certainly tastes different, if anything else. And I guess if you drink enough of it, you'll just not care. But it's alright. But as far as the two root beers here, I gotta say, Root Naturals. That's pretty good stuff. I'm liking that. If you live in Cincinnati, they'll deliver to your house. Look into that, I guess. I don't know. I don't live in Cincinnati. Enjoy your stimulus. Order some root beer. Have it shipped in. Because you shouldn't be around people. There's a pandemic on. Silly. Anyway. I'll see you sometime in the future when I get more root beer. Man. I'm going to drink so much root beer. I haven't had soda in like months. And I'm going to be awake all night. No sleep till Stimmy.